Candy Rodriguez is joining us. She is standing by. I believe she can hear me right now, where a dance circle is happening there at Riverside and Lamar. Candy, thank you so much for joining us and standing by. Tell us what you're seeing out there and kind of what's happening.
Hey, Will, yes, if you can hear me, we are actually here, as you mentioned, at the corner of Riverside and Lamar. And for the past, well, let's see, right now it's 8:41. For the past 40 minutes or so, folks have been dancing out here. The Cumbia Circle is what they're calling it here, the organizers of this demonstration called Wakey Wakey. We're actually going to talk to the organizer here. I'm going to get you inside the circle. Thank you, yes. The organizer, Andy Flores, tells me this is the time. And Andy, thank you so much for joining us. So tell me about what you guys are doing here and the purpose of you guys being out here today.
Sure, we're having a Cumbia Circle, as you can see. Yeah, we're here to show our support for all our Black brothers and sisters, and most importantly, exercise and also exercise our ability to be in community with each other, and have a different kind of protest this week.
Now, through Wakey Wakey, you guys had talked about anti-Blackness within the Latinx community. Obviously, there's a lot of Latinos out here. Can you talk about that and what that means within the Black Lives Matter movement?
Sure. I mean, I think we have a lot of work to do. I think we have a lot of tough conversations to have. You know, this is not an issue we need Black folks to fix. This is an issue we need white folks to fix. This is an issue we need to take a look at what we're doing to contribute to these problems, and most importantly, say we're more than willing to listen. We're listening, and we want to help. So, yeah, we got a lot of conversations to have about sort of like deep-seated racism in our community. So, yeah, everyone who shows up is dedicated to having those discussions and making those changes.
And tell me, you guys mentioned in the Wakey Wakey on the Facebook page for the event, you guys mentioned that you guys had some demands behind this demonstration. Can you talk to me about that?
Sure, yeah. I think our demands are threefold. One, we want to fire the Austin Police Department Chief of Police, Chief Manley. We want him to be fired. We also want to defund the Austin Police Department and reinvest those funds in our community. We are individuals who believe in a world without police, and that requires a lot of hard work in terms of us being in community with each other, but we're willing to do that, and we're also dedicated and demanding immediate productive conversations in Latinx communities.
Tell me about the whole purpose behind, because you guys also mentioned in the Facebook post that you guys were planning to disrupt traffic, the morning rush hour folks. What's the purpose behind that?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the purpose of disrupting traffic is just to make sure that we're calling attention, that we want what we're out here saying to sort of stick with people. But most importantly, like, protesting isn't convenient. It's a little bit inconvenient for people, but the whole point is, you know, if Austin is as liberal a city as it claims to be, then we should all be in support. We should all be out here. We should all be talking to city council, asking to defund the police. We should all be, traffic jam is the least of our problems, I think.
You did. You mentioned to me earlier, like, if someone comes out here this morning and we happen to be on the road, then you told me that should be the least of their concerns because there are bigger issues, is what you were telling me?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're not, I think we're going to move this crowd to the street in a bit, but we are absolutely not the first people to try to block a street off. That's not new at all. So it just hasn't been done this week. So, yeah.
Thank you, Andy, so much. And yeah, quite a bit of folks out here, as you can see. Around 50 or so I counted in this Cumbia Circle. And at this moment, none of the folks here have gotten onto the road. They stayed in this circle right in front of the Zach Theater here at Riverside and Lamar. And Andy did tell me a little while ago that they plan to start walking to that second location at Lamar and 6 near the Whole Foods, where they are doing some reading aloud. They plan to walk there at 10. Will, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Candy Rodriguez, thanks so much for joining us.